And so we'll begin today's session. Okay, and if you have anything to ask specifically regarding any of our previous discussions, you can come up, or else we'll get started. Any questions if you have, regarding any of the previous lessons, or not necessarily the previous session, you can come up because today we'll be doing a bit of verbs. Okay, we'll be starting with the verbs, and that's for this reason I have sent a document in our class group which was already sent. I had it. No, I had already sent the document previously, but we didn't complete the document then. We just started a little bit with. So the document that I have sent in the group. Okay, all of you take a look at it, and so there in the document, the at the bottom of the document, the last part of the document. So we can start from the beginning as well. Okay, so the first two, there are verbs. Okay, you can understand from pretty well from the document that this document is based on verbs, and I have used the verbs in the present tense. Okay, the simple present tense. So like in English, in French also, in or rather in most of the languages, almost all the languages, we have the concept of time, like the time of the action or the state that I'm talking about. So verb is an action word, okay, or describes the state of a person, or action or an activity. So what is the time of this action or this state? Is it something that is happening, that is ongoing, or that happens? It's in the present, or it's in the past. Okay, it's over, or it's future that someone awaits. So it's just like that. So the time is an important thing. So so similarly in French also we have got the present, past, and future. So in this document I have given the verbs in the present tense, simple present tense. So in French there are three verb groups. Okay, so we'll come to that. Nothing to worry. There are three verb groups. So how these three verb groups are, like they are written, how they are identified by their ending, the endings of the verb groups. Okay, they are identified by their endings. So in this document, the first two verbs that I have given, être, to be, and of course it's interrogative form. Okay, like that. So and then there is another verb which in English, the English equivalent of to have, the English verb to have in French, to have, that is avoir. Okay, avoir. Now, these two verbs are irregular verbs. Why irregular? Because you see, every verb has a name. Okay, as just now I was saying that there are three verb groups in French. So these verb groups basically, and each verb group has an ending. Okay, every verb if there are three verb groups, so from each verb group has a specific ending. Like if you look at the bottom of the page, okay, the last verb that I have given, to speak, which is called parler. Parler, which means to speak. So parler ends with the ending er. There is er at the end. Okay. So this is called the er ending verb. Okay. Parler is called an er ending verb. Why it's an er ending verb? Of course, naturally, it ends with er. And I have also underlined that portion, the er portion. Okay. So this is called the infinitive ending of a verb. In English, we call it infinitive. In French, we call l'infinitive. So basically, what is an infinitive form of a verb? Speaking of from a French perspective, not like the English one, like we're not learning English language. So this particular form of the verb, parler, with that er ending at the end, this is the name of the verb. Okay, this is the name of the verb which describes the nature of the verb, like what kind of action the verb does, or what kind of Okay, so from this particular form of the verb, parler, ending in er, we can't say the verb is in which tense, or the action. Parler means to speak. So from this particular form of parler, the er ending form, we can't say the verb is in which tense. It's talking about which time. Is it in the present? Is it in the past? Or is it in the future? Okay, just like the English form, to speak. Okay, that's how we write infinitives in English. To, we add the preposition to before the verb, and then we write the verb, to speak. So English has a separate way of using verbs. French is a bit different. So to speak, if you consider this form in English, so if I write this verb to speak on a board, and I ask you, okay, this verb is in which tense? To speak. I don't think anyone can say that. To speak. Can you tell me which tense it is in? To speak, this particular form of the verb. It's in which tense? Anyone? Someone
Tense,
best.
the tense is not definite here. We can't say that.
Exactly, exactly, madam. Okay, Priyanshu, we can't say the tense here. To speak, it's like a name of the verb. We call it the infinitive of the verb. To speak. Now, if I want to change the verb into a particular, according to a time that we want to describe, then we have to, like in the present tense, what we are going to do if I want to say it will be I speak. Like someone is talking about the present, like I speak or I am speaking, you speak or you are speaking. So I'm talking about the present time, an action that goes on, no, that happens, that goes okay like that. So we can say that. Okay. But and if I want to say it in the past, I can say I spoke or I was speaking. So this two is removed from the beginning. To speak, this two portion is removed from the verb, right? And then we do it. In French also, pretty similar concepts and work. But yeah, like the difference is more. I would rather say, of course, it's a different language, but you can compare. Okay, so that's why I have given the infinitive of the verb in English as well, so that you can compare. So take a look at the verb parler, which means to speak. So parler is that form. Okay, to speak, the infinitive of the verb. That means the base form of the verb. This form cannot be used with any subject pronoun. What is the subject of a sentence? Can anyone tell me? What is the subject of who is the subject of a sentence? Why we call it the subject of a sentence? Can you tell me with an example? Obviously in English, not in French. What is that? Because obviously the concept of subject is same. In French, English, it's all the same. So what is the subject or who is the subject?
So subject is who is performing the
Exactly, madam.
verb
Exactly.
actually.
The one who does the action, who runs the verb. Exactly. Like if I say, Madame Minakshi, um, Madame Minakshi um, does
Is speaking.
yeah, Madame Minakshi is speaking, or Madame Minakshi studies French, or Madame Minakshi does gardening, Madame Minakshi reads books. So these, the verbs that I'm using here, speaking, doing, reading. So these actions or these activities are done by whom? Who is the doer? Who is the performer? Madame Minakshi. So that's why Madame Minakshi is the subject. So just like in English, in French also, okay, in French also, the subject always comes at the beginning of a sentence. Until and unless it's an interrogative sentence where we change the form, we'll come to that. Okay, you can see that. I've given you see, in the first example, the verb être, to be, although it's an irregular verb, in the present tense, with first person, je, that is I, it changes to suis, je suis, I am. Okay, right at the beginning of the page, je suis means I am. But in the interrogative form, in the next table, you see I have written suis-je, which means like it's a question, like am I, or like that. So that is a different thing. But here we are talking about not we're not talking about interrogative sentences and all. So we're talking about facts, assertive sentences, which are used to state a fact or an idea. Okay, something something that is real, concrete, hmm, or would happen. So like not interrogative sentences. We're not talking about questions here. So the subject will always be there at the beginning, just like English, okay, in French also. So coming to the verb parler, to speak, this particular form of the verb parler can't be used directly with the subject. So if you want to say in French, I speak French, okay, or I speak a bit of French, a little bit French, a little bit of French, you can't say je parle. You cannot use that form. Je parle. You can't say that. Okay. So what do you have to do? You can see that already that the forms have been changed. Okay, like that er ending is no longer there. Once I'm using the verb parler with the subjects je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, we're not using that. We're not using that er ending. So what will happen instead? We are gonna change the endings. Okay, that's what happens in French. Okay, so if a verb ends in er, if a verb ends in er ending is a separate verb group in French. Okay, there are hundreds and hundreds of er verbs, and er is the largest verb group in French. It's a very important verb group. If you learn one er verb, like learn how to use past tense, based on this particular model, you can write hundreds of other er verbs. Okay, er ending verb is a relatively easier group to learn. Okay, there are three verb groups. So the first two groups are easy. The third group, which poses a bit of irregularity. Excuse me for a minute. Excuse me. Okay, so the ER group is a relatively easier group to analyze and understand. So take a look what's happening in the ER group. The verb is ending in ER. That is the name of the verb, as I told you, the base form of the verb, which we can't use with the subject. So what happens? The ER ending, the base, the ending, the ending of the base form will be changed. And how it will be changed in the present tense, in the present time, as follows. It's given in the table. So you see, with the first person, je, it will become parle. Parle. Parler is the pronunciation for the er ending form, the base form of the verb. But once it is used with the subject je, that is I, the first person, the verb changes to parle. The endings also change. The er changes to a single e. Je parle. The last e will be always silent. Okay, always silent. If you have the printed sheet with you can write it there beside. The last e is always silent. Never say je parle. That would change the meaning. Okay, so it's je parle. With the second person singular, tu or you, it will be parle. The ending is es. Okay, instead of er, we are using es. Yet the es thing will be silent. Okay, so it will be tu parle. Tu parle. Not tu parle. Okay, it's tu. Tu parle. Okay, je parle. Tu parle. Okay. Now for the third person, it will be il parle and elle parle. Same pronunciation. You see, the verb, although the endings are different, now the ending for the je and the third person singular, he or she, is the same. The er changes to e, it's the same. But for the tu form, it is es. But nonetheless, no matter what the endings are, its the pronunciation will be the same. That means those endings are silent. Je parle, tu parles, then you speak or you are speaking. Il parle, elle parle. Now, I'm sure you have the document in front of you. So, je parle, this particular form can be translated in English as I speak or I am speaking. What I want to mean here that in French we don't differentiate between the simple present and the present continuous as such. Okay, like it's the same verb form that we use. So when I'm writing je parle, it can mean I speak like I do it as a like a regular activity or action, something that happens, okay, in present. And it can also mean I'm speaking, like I'm speaking at the moment, like something that is continuous, happening right now. So we don't usually make a difference in that. The I speak or I'm speaking. It's the same form, je parle. So how do we understand? We understand from the context. We understand from the context whether it's going to be a simple present tense or a present continuous tense. And it's not a big deal to understand. Okay, you can understand from the context whether it's a regular habit or an action that happens regularly in a present time, like a simple present tense, or it's like a or or it's like a continuous thing like happening right now. Okay. Now, so je parle, tu parles, il parle. Il parle, elle parle. I'm going to write a sentence in our class group. Take a look. I hope all of you can access our class group now. So take a look at this sentence. Take a look at this sentence. Take a look at the sentence that I have written in our class group. It will be pronounced as je parle, je parle un petit peu. Try to repeat after me in your mind, okay? Un petit peu français. Je parle un petit peu français. Je parle un petit peu français. That means, okay, like that. So, je parle un petit peu français. I speak a bit of French or a little bit of French. Okay, un petit peu. Je parle un petit peu français. So, here, je parle. Parle is the verb here, of course. And je parle, as I told you, that it can be translated as I speak or I am speaking. But in this context, I would rather translate it as I speak, like as a simple present, in the simple present tense, like a habit in the present, like I speak a bit of French. It's not but je parle can also be translated like that. Okay. So now let's take a look at the other forms of the verb. Okay. So je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle. Okay. Now we move to the plural part with the nous form. Nous parlons. Nous parlons. Nous means we. It's the plural of je. First person plural. We. Nous. So with nous, what happens to the base form of the verb parler? That er ending changes to ons. And this time the last s will be silent, but on will be pronounced through your nose. It will be a nasal sound, and we'll be pronouncing it as on. So it will be nous parlons, nous parlons, nous parlons. Okay, not parlons, nous parlons. Then for the vous form, now the vous form, I don't know whether we have discussed this before or not. Vous form can be used to refer to a second person singular as well as second person plural. So when do we use it to refer to a second person singular? When the context is formal or official. Okay. When the person to whom I'm addressing, that single individual is not very close to me, like it's happening in an official or a formal context. Then we use vous. Like you're talking to your boss in the office, or you're talking to a stranger, or a person with whom you don't have that much of a familiarity, or that much of a contact, or that much of a closeness. Okay, like that. And or you're talking to a senior, you're talking to an elderly person who is not your family member. So in this context, and of course talking to a stranger, okay, when you meet someone for the first time, like you've been introduced, they usually don't start with the tu form, which is a bit more informal, okay, casual. We usually start with vous. That's the custom, okay, that's the thing. And of course with your friends, people you know, and family members, people like pretty younger to you, you can use to with them. So it's this. So the basic thing is that it depends on the formal informal context. Okay, so like this. So who can be used for second person singular as well, just like to. And who is also the second person. Like if there is more than one person to whom you are addressing, irrespective of whether the context is formal or informal, you have to use who only. Okay. So for second person singular, we have got two options: tu and who. But for second person plural, it's only vous. So how the er verb will change in the vous form? We add ez at the end, and the pronunciation would be exactly similar to the base form. Parler, vous parlez. The base form, the er ending form is also pronounced as parler, and this form is also pronounced exactly the same way. Parler. Okay, parler. Now, and now come to the third person plural, the last form, il and elle. Okay, that means they. I'm talking about the third person plural, they. So which is basically the plural of the third person singular. You can see we're just bringing a minor change, okay, to the third person singular il and l. We're just adding an s to it. Just adding an s to it. So although the s is usually silent until and unless there is a vowel coming. Okay, if the verb that follows it begins with a vowel, we pronounce the s. Okay, so but otherwise we pronounce it as il or l, same pronunciation. Okay, so in the il and the l form, the er ending of the verb changes to ent, and this ent will also remain silent. We won't be pronounced. Okay, so you will pronounce it as il parle, which can be translated as they speak or they are speaking, and elle parle, which can be translated as she speaks, sorry, they speak or they are speaking. So there are two forms, okay, to talk about third person plural. One is il, another is elle. So il is used when the third person plural group consists of all male persons, or if it's a mixed group, male as well as female. So usually, unless anything anything is mentioned regarding the mix of the group, we go for the ill form, which is a mixed group. Okay, we use for the mixed group. And if it is special, and if it is understood from the context that the third person plural group, which is referred to, consists of all female, then we go for L, ELLES, L. Otherwise, we use ILS. And if anything, suppose you're asked to translate a sentence. They speak very fluent French. They speak very fluent French. So, or they speak a little bit of French. So I wrote a sentence in our class group. Je parle un petit peu français, which means I speak a little bit of French. So now you want to say they speak a little bit of French. So it will be il parle. We usually won't write elle parle. Okay, ELLES, because L is used when the group is all female. It's a female. Okay. So, until and unless anything is mentioned regarding the gender, we'll go for the il form, ILS. Okay. So in this context, we'll write il, not L. That would be wrong. So it will be il parle un petit peu français. They speak a bit of French. Il parle un petit peu français. So that's the thing. So this is an er ending verb, parler, which means to speak, and the form parler, which is given as a heading, we are calling it an er ending verb because it is the first verb group in French. All the groups in this all the verbs in this er group ends with the combination er. And this er ending form of the verb is what we call the base form or the infinitive of the verb. From this particular form, we can't say in which tense the verb is in, present, past, or future. And also, we can't say the verb is, you know, like used with which person. Is it the first person, I, or the second person, you, or the third person, he or she? And their plural forms, obviously. So we can't say that. We can't also say in which mood the verb is in. Okay, okay. So it's just the name of the verb. But I must mention this here. The base form of the verb, the infinitive of the verb, this er ending form of the verb is also used in the sentence. It has also a very important role to play. The infinitive form of the verb is has a very important role to play in the sentence construction. You will get to see very soon. Okay, because in a sentence there can be more than one verb. Suppose I want to say she loves to travel. So here there are two verbs coming now: to love, to travel. So in French also there can be two verbs. So the verb which is coming right after the subject, like in this case, to love, she loves. This is the main verb which comes right after the subject. So this verb will be conjugated. This verb will be changed. But if another verb follows it, which is not coming right after the subject, not directly with the subject, that verb also has to be used. So how will we use that verb? We'll use it in its infinitive form. That is in its er ending form only. So you'll get to know that. Okay, as soon as we start writing small sentences on our own, things will become much clearer. Nothing to worry. So this infinitive form or the er ending form of the verb has also a very important role in the language in sentence construction, and we must follow it. Okay, we must learn to use the infinitive as well. But this infinitive cannot come directly with the subject. Okay, so you can never write je parlais, tu parlais. Okay, can't be. So that's not possible. That's totally wrong. Now, what I'm going to do, if you have anything to ask, you can come up. Or else, I'm writing some verbs in our class group, some basic ER verbs, which will follow the same method. The same, method will be applied to use them in the simple present tense. Okay, so follow the verb parler that I have given in this document to speak, and see how I have changed the verb in the present tense by altering the er ending. The same method will be applied to all these verbs as well, the ones that I'm giving you in the class group. Okay, so just go through it and give me a couple of minutes. I'll just send you the list of the verbs. So but in between, if you have anything to ask, please come up. If you think that you're having any conceptual difficulty, then please come up. Okay. So yes, I have sent the list in our class group. Everyone take a look at it. Those who are present right now, I have sent the list in our class group. Okay, I have sent the list. I've given a list of er ending verbs, and so you have to use these verbs. Okay, you have to use these verbs on your own now, and I'm giving you some time. If you come across any conceptual difficulty while using the verbs, do let me know. There's no problem with that. Do let me know, and try to use them. Okay, in the present tense, following the Parler model. The Parler model that has been given here in this page, use the Parler model to use these verbs. Okay, so just basically you have to change the er ending. The er ending is the ending for the infinitive form of the verb or the base form of the verb. So you have to change that ending and you have to use it according to the subjects. So try to do it. All the meanings of the verbs are given in English. Okay, so and use it. So I'm going to give. Firstly, I'm going to give you the pronunciations of these verbs. Okay. So the first verb is jouer, 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 which means to play. Jouer, jouer. The next verb is marcher, 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 which means to walk. Then donner means to give. Then demander, demander, which means to ask for. Demander. Then chanter, chanter, which means to sing. Then chercher, chercher, which means to look for. Then rencontrer, rencontrer, which means to meet. Porter, which means to wear, like wearing a dress. Aimer, which means to like or to love. And aider, which means to help. Okay, so these are the verbs that you have to use on your own. And another thing that I would like to tell you here before you start doing it, if a verb begins with a vowel, if a verb begins with a vowel, the je, the first person singular, je, will change to j apostrophe. Okay. If the verb begins with a vowel, like the verbs 9 and 10, aimer and aider. Okay. If a verb begins with a vowel, the first person, je, changes to j apostrophe. Okay. This is something that you must keep in your mind, and else it's the same. So start doing it now. So start using these verbs: jouer, marcher. I can ask you in between as well to to present your writing of the verbs. So you must write very neatly. Okay, in a proper way in a copy. You must write the verbs neatly. So start doing it. So, Maharuf, how many verbs you have done till now? How many verbs you have done from the list? Maharuf, can you hear me? Priyanshu, can you hear me? Priyanshu, can you hear me? Okay, so how many verbs you have done, Priyanshu? I have received your message. Okay, so Priyanshu, can you tell me? Okay, you have done three till now. Okay, okay, okay. And Maharuf, how many you have done? How many verbs you have done till now?
Sir, I also done three.
The first three.
Yes.
Okay, well done. Okay, okay.
So can you hear me? So can you hear me?
Just a minute. Yes, madam, I can hear you. So,
Um,
madam, did you message in the group just now?
yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
oh, okay, okay,
I
okay, okay.
actually wanted tried to rejoin, and I'm
Oh, but
not so
actually,
much. Uh, I was perhaps out of group because I received a call.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that happens. You know, yeah, once you get receive a call, you get disconnected from sheet. Yes.
Sir, I have a question about the pronunciation of the word. You just made, sir. The eighth one, sir. The eighth one.
Number eight. Okay.
What's the pronunciation, sir?
The pronunciation would be, madam, porte, porte, porte,
The-
porte.
the-
Yes, Priyanshu, you want to say anything? Yes, Priyanshu, I'm receiving your messages. Let me know. Priyanshu, in that thing, you have to remove the er ending. So, okay, so the verb, the base form of the verb, from that, the er ending will be changed. Everything else will remain the same. Everything else will remain the same. Only the er ending will change. So take a look at the spelling of them of they, you'll get it. Okay, so Madam Meenakshi, how many verbs you have done? Madam Meenakshi, could you hear me?
Yes, sir. I have tried the all the things, but I'm not sure whether I'm right or wrong. May I
Okay.
try?
Yes, Madam. So the first verb, like you have used them in the present tense, all these 10 verbs.
Yeah,
Um,
changing the
so
year form. Changing the year form.
in the ER forms of these verbs. And
Yes,
so for the first verb, Madam, to play, so
uh,
like
I
what
have
have you?
written this. No zuyo. We
No,
play.
no, we start from the beginning, Madam, from first person singular. Je. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Um, zo, uh, zo, nu, sir. Second time I will try. Give me 2 minutes or ask if anyone else.
okay, okay,
Uh, uh, give me few minutes. I have tried from the last one actually.
okay.
Sir, may I try the first five
Good
one?
evening, madam. The verb jouer that you started, madam, could you do that?
Yes. Sir, zo, zui, I play.
Je joue. Je
Zo,
joue.
zui.
Okay, so what will be the
Joue.
spelling? Okay, perfect. Then
Joue. Then
yes.
two, mark say. Es.
No, 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 madam. First you complete the verb jouer, then you will go to the next verb.
Okay. Uh, zo, zui. I playing football.
No, no, no. You just write the verb, madam. Don't have to write a sentence. Just say je joue. Okay, I play or I playing. Okay,
I
then
play.
in the okay, then in
I
the next
play Joue.
je joue. Okay. Now in the Q form, what will happen?
Oh, yeah, the other three. Okay. Two. The same word, sir.
Yeah, the verb jouer to play. You have to use the verb to play in all the according in all the subject
Okay,
pronouns.
okay, okay.
The way I have used
Uh,
play in that document, same way.
two. mm, Zuyes. Es.
Tu joues,
Last
same pronunciation. Yeah, tu joues, tu
Zuz.
joues, tu
Il,
joues.
Zuye.
Il
You.
joue, same pronunciation. Il joue,
UE. El. Zu. Zuye.
elle joue.
LE. Last one. Then new. mm, LONS. LONS.
No, not LONS, madam. It's only ONS
Uh, um, Sorry, sir.
because
New
that was we are doing with parkley. So you have to follow the stem of the
ONS.
word.
ONS
Oh,
should be discarded here, sir.
yes.
Mm.
So it will be
Uh,
jouon. The pronunciation will be jouon.
Zoom. Zoom. Okay.
Yes.
Then Boo. Uh,
Vous jouez.
Zue. EZ will be discarded.
Uh,
In pronunciation,
EZ. Yeah. It will be
EZ
EZ. Jouer.
discarded.
Jouer.
Zue. Zue. The next one, Zue, ENT will be discarded here. Am I wrong, sir?
Uh, could you repeat, madam, once again what you said? Like
Il, il, LLS, ILS, il, mm, Z-U-E, Z-U-E-N-T, E-N-T, that the last three E-N-T will be discarded. I think, sir.
Yes, it will be ENT. Yes.
E-N-T.
With the ill and the L form, it will be ENT.
E-N-T will be discarded. Then Zuye.
Ilju. Same pronunciation.
Ilzu.
ENT
Ilzu.
ending will be
Ilzu.
Ilju. Yes.
Oh, Ilzu. Then Elzu.
Elju. Same pronunciation.
Self pronunciation. E-N-T will be discarded. So can't manage exactly. I've tried.
Okay. Okay, well done. Have you tried any other word, madam?
Uh, I have actually mixed up all those. mm, Not in the order. Will I try in any jumbled order?
No, no, no. You can follow one, two, three like that only, or you can pick any verb you want.
Okay,
But
I
I
will
since I want to.
next day I will try, or at home I will write down all those remaining
Yes.
parts.
So have you done the verb jouer only, madam? Jouer.
Zoe, yes, I have done, sir. So,
Other than jouer,
the
other than jouer.
apostrophe, the apostrophe AIME. The
Okay,
I have,
that verb you have done, aime, to like or to love.
yes, I
Okay, so
love.
what have you written, madam? How have you said that? It will be
Z
J
apostrophe,
apostrophe. It will be J
J
apostrophe.
apostrophe AIME.
Yes, so it will be pronounced as gem,
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 gem.
gem.
And the other ones, sir, I have tried. L uh, Ebe, AIDE, L Ebe, they help.
They help, so it will be, madam. No, AIDE. That is for the third person singular, no, madam.
Oh,
Helps.
singular, this one. Uh,
If you're
uh, J apostrophe AIDE, I help.
yeah, I help. Jed.
Z,
Mm, Jed. And then for the two form, what will happen?
to form, uh, to, so just a minute, I'm trying to, um, to ES will be discarded, sir, here.
ES
AI,
will be added. AIMES.
AIMES.
Yes,
To,
two M.
to M.
Two M. Okay.
To
Two
M.
M. Two M. Okay.
To 8. Ebe, sorry, to Ebe.
Two M. It will be two M. You like, or if you want to start a
Yeah.
sentence like that. For third person singular, what will happen with that?
Third person singular. Uh, il, uh, il, M, AIME, sir.
AIM.
AIME, M.
Il M. LM. Yes. He likes or she likes. Then in the plural form, madam, in the new form,
No form. Uh, no. AI. Mons. What is
AIMON. Perfect, perfect,
that?
madam. It will be Nu
Nu,
Zemo. The,
z-
the
nose,
pronunciation would be, madam, Nu Zemo. That final S, in Nu, once it is followed by a vowel, the sound which is usually silent, gets connected to the next vowel, and we pronounce it like a Z. Z. The sound changes to Z. So it will be Nu
Nuzemo.
Zemo. Nu Zemo. We are actually linking that
Nuzemo.
silent sound to the next vowel. Nu Zemo.
Nuzemo. Sir, one question. May we have some recordings of these classes?
The recording of the session. Okay, madam. Okay, okay.
Actually, if I can find time, then it will help me.
Yes. Okay, madam. I'll send you the recording of these verbs, okay, the one that I've given today. But since, madam, like the ones who are present here, and I will also write this in the group, like those who attended today's class, you all are going to send your writings of these verbs, okay, the way you have written these verbs, okay, following that parley, that particular model. You're going to send your writings in the group so that I can just go through it, check it, and also I'll send you the pronunciation. I'll send the pronunciation of these forms as well, because since these are new words, so the pronunciations also matter, okay, how you're pronouncing it. So I'll send that as well, okay, madam.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
So just like that. So if you have got to ask anything, madam, so you just practice with these verbs, okay? Complete the table and complete the verbs and do send it in the group. I'll write that in the group, and definitely pretty soon I'm going to share the audio as well of the pronunciation of these verbs in the present tense according to the subjects. Like the way I was pronouncing, je parle, tu parles, just like this way. I'm going to say that. So once you're practicing, once you're learning them, you can, listen to it and also pronounce. So that's also important.
Sir, if I send it after 2 or 3 days, any problem, sir?
Okay, madam. Like
Uh,
try to send it. Like yeah,
Today
okay.
it is in that condition, so I need
Okay,
some.
okay, madam. As and when you get time, madam, you can post this in your group. Okay, like but surely before next class. Okay, madam. So
Sure, sure, sir.
so you can, as and when you get time, complete it. Do it in a proper way. Arrange it. Take a click.
Proper,
You can
yes, I have
yeah, you can change it
arranged.
to a PDF. No need to change it to a PDF as well if your writing is okay. You can just take a direct, like click and send it to the group. No problem. And just like that. Okay, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, okay. So, bonne nuit. Merci. See you all next Friday. Au revoir.
Thank you, sir.
Merci.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You did not ask me.
No, actually,
Okay.
Abhishek, since you joined a little late, so I thought that you must not have followed the words
Oh, okay. No worries, sir.
because
So
it's
shall I write and send it to you?
absolutely, Abhishek. I have sent a document before in the group. You can see that, which I resent the document today. It
Oh,
consists of verbs to have, to be, and the last one to speak, the er ending verb. So follow that model and try to replicate the same, method for these verbs that I have given in the group. And do send me the writing. And of course, we are going to continue with this
so
discussion next.
we if I type and send, that's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can send it that way also. No problem. You can type and
Okay,
send the
in the
words.
group only, right?
In our class group. Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Okay, sir. Actually, I went to see the cricket match, so I got late.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Au
Okay.
revoir.
Thank you, sir.
Bonne nuit. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Au revoir.
Yes. Au revoir.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Oui.